the verb to
We're
itch.
live.
Cool. Die on it.
Die on it. I'll die on this hill.
Cool. Great. Die on it. We are playing D&D. So last time on the currently unnamed adventuring party, Garf's homies is how they're put in my head. Garf and the homies. We finished a fun time in a tomb. We marched back home to the keep. Some people had a little check-in at the keep. Some people decided to camp out on the crossroads.
Some of us wanted to sleep in a bed.
Some people really wanted to sleep in a nice feather bed. Also had to sign some contracts.
Magic sleeping.
Get some payment to get your salaries. Make sure you're paid on time. So while you guys decided you were gonna go look for the castle man, as Dan calls him, the Castellan of the
disgraced Castellan who fled.
the disgraced Castellan who fled from the keep on the Borderlands.
Dan also tells stories about him at night, as if he's a supervillain, and he's been writing them down.
Okay. Making a little comic book series. You guys were ambushed on the road by a warband of orcs. It was bloody. It was brutal. A huge orc clad in heavy black armor barked some orders in Orcish that I believe only Rumi understands. Agnavo and Uguay. Neither of you speak orc, right?
I do not.
Okay. I don't think Uguay does. You guys were captured alive and brought back to their encampment where we find ourselves now. Everybody has like a manacle on one ankle tied to a chain on the post. You have about 30 feet of movement before the chain goes taut, except for Pafard, who is heavily with iron chains, like thick iron chains wrapped to a post, like 3 times over, just like fully restraining him to the post, because Pafard murdered like a half dozen orcs and barely got hit in like multiple rounds of combat. So they're terrified of that one. A lot of discussions were had on whether Pafard was loot or a person. And it was decided by a sort of slim, when they made it here, Pafard, you would have had your like camera mode activated. So when you woke up, you could like look at what had happened while you were sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And a sort of thinner robed orc barked some orders in Orcish and pointed towards the pens. And it seems they made the decision that you would go there. So everybody sort of comes to, stripped down to your linens, all of your belongings taken from you, a long rest having occurred while unconscious. Everybody's back at full health with whatever spell slots they have, but you just have no gear, no packs. You're just in like an undershirt and some skivvies. Waking up, you are in a sort of like fenced in area somewhere in the mountains. You can tell from looking around. There are like ramshackle tents in your little enclosure where a few humans, or at least humanoids, are sleeping. They look dirty and like in soiled brown undergarments, much like you. There are these like spikes around with skulls all over them of various types. patrolling out from where you can see are about half a dozen orcs in the area, and then about like 20 feet away from you, you can hear the roar of cheering in Orcish as some fight pit is in your line of sight, with another about like half dozen orcs yelling from the tops of the fighting pit. If any of you have played like Shadow of War, it's that style of like orc fighting pit where it's just like two orcs trying to see who's the stronger to the death.
I have an idea. Sorry. Welcome. Good morning.
Welcome, friends.
Morning,
I have
Dan.
been waiting and watching.
What? Are we free to walk around? Well, I know we were chained up, but is it like?
Yeah,
You got like 30
essentially,
feet.
yeah, you like Dan, you can walk over like to here.
Okay.
You know, you can like kind of walk over to Rumi. Garth could make it sort of like that far as well, but you couldn't go like to their tent. You can like, you know what I'm saying? You're just
Yeah.
chained, except for Bafard, who is like hard stuck.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to bust our way out of here, right?
Are there guards watching this cell?
So if you want to look, yourself, there are these orcs out here, sort of like milling about. There's 3 of them that seem to be like walking patrol along the fence.
Gotcha. And they could definitely hear me if I start banging on the things, right?
What things?
Like trying to break
they
your
would hear
chains?
you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a little performance.
Yeah, they'd hear you.
All right. Then Ty is going to start performing and hopefully catch their attention.
What are you doing? I was trying to talk to you. Why do you?
If they watch this performance, they'll get charmed by me.
Okay, but that'll only work for a little bit, right?
It will.
Ty, I think they're trying to make like a whole plan, not just
The
like
whole plan? Okay.
Escape
piecemealing
plan.
Yeah.
a moment.
Fine.
I like it though. Like we could potentially do something with that, right?
I just want to say I rolled a 9 and 11 for my dice roll today.
Okay,
after we
your
took a short
divinity
long rest.
die. Yeah.
Yeah, 9/11.
Not a good number. Well, I mean, depends,
I
I
just
guess,
wanna
on what
reiterate
side we're
9 and
considered
11.
for breaking out of this.
Oh my god, Manny pointed out when it was 9/11 at work today. And I was like, bro, and I start laughing, and Chris hears me laughing, and he goes, "What's so
Make a
funny?" And
wish.
I was like, "Look what time it is," and he fucking lost his shit.
9/11, make a wish.
So there's
I
there are
wish
no
for a
orcs
third
watching
tower.
They're not
Oh.
really paying much attention to us, but we could get their attention easy, I think. What if we challenge them, right? It looks like they have a fighting ring. We just say, give us 8 of your guys versus 8 of us. If we win, we get our freedom. Right? That's
My bones are so brittle.
I don't think they'll take that deal.
I don't have bones. What are bones?
Sorry, Garth. That was just so funny to me.
what if I challenge one of them? And then I just beat each of their asses every day until until they're like, "Oh, this guy beats everybody's ass so hard that we should let all of his friends go." And we'll keep him behind as the new king of the orcs.
I like this long con. This is fun.
I have all the
300
faith
years
in you.
later.
Yeah, but that's gonna take a long time, and that's putting a lot of faith on just you.
You're right.
This game could become so different where it's like a subtle, like, give Dan an advantage in a fighting pit in a prison game.
Let me tell you what, Garf. My life's nothing but putting faith in myself.
Sean,
You
can
know?
we look around this enclosure?
Well, yeah, this is what you see, Dan.
We're not.
Does it look
tied
like-
up. only the robot's tied up? Right?
You have
Well,
a
sort of.
manacle around one of your ankles that gives you about 30 feet of reach before you come to a stop.
Does it look like anybody was recently imprisoned here?
There are
Besides us.
other people like paying no attention to you. There's probably about like 4 in various tents.
Just to make sure, are any of them the Castellan?
You want to go around and start interviewing the people?
Yeah.
Just look at them.
Just looking at them, it's hard to tell. They're all, you do gather, Traven, that they are all of the right age to have been human men that work at the keep. But like nobody's paying attention to you, and they're all also just in like undergarments, so like no official gear.
Okay, what if me and Oogway fight to cause a distraction?
What do we do after the distraction? Do we try to get a hold of some gear? And
I don't know.
like,
I just been
tunnel
wanting to
out?
fight this turtle, bro.
Let's try and get out of here. Let's keep our. I do not want to die here. All right.
We could go back to the charm thing. Ty had something, right?
I feel
Yeah,
like
for sure.
we could really speak to or try to, take advantage of the pride of the orcs and, even do a one-on-one thing or their strongest warrior against our strongest warrior for whatever agreement we want to make.
Can I roll a history check to see if I know anything about these orcs and like what makes them kind of tick or
Of
like
course,
what kind of
make a
drives them?
history check. So a history check.
Oh, natural 20.
Okay, so a natural 20.
Oh, that's
history.
6. 26.
So I'll give you the option still with a natural 20. History will give you more of a historical, what they've done in battle analysis and their culture historically of like the orcish people. Nature would tell you closer to like what are the traits
Their drives.
an orc. Yeah, what are the drives of the orcish
Okay.
people? What are the natures?
With it, nature, I would roll a 24, and I think I'd rather go that route.
Okay, so through your own interactions, there are some orc tribes to the north. In the desert to the north, there's several red orc tribes. Those ones in particular are known for being mercantile. They are like sand traders and nomadic. And it is sort of like when you were taught that in your maester school, it was noted that they are what's the word I'm looking for? The exception, where the green skin orc tribes of the mountain are known to be vicious, tribal, usually extremely prideful, and always looking for a fight. Proud that they can win a fight or that their leader can always win a fight, and always looking for a fight.
Garf, do you think they would want to fight with weapons or with fists?
I feel like it would just depend on how you like set up the terms of the fight. So if we were to say, like all of us versus X amount of your people,
Right.
if we could weigh it in favor of us in some way to play on their benefits, like if anything, it'd be nice to have them not have weapons.
If it's a one-on-one, if we can get a one-on-one, no weapons, I think Oogway could wreck somebody's ass.
I do agree. Oogway does whip ass.
Hey,
I've
Sean.
seen that ass be whipped.
What's up?
While this conversation's going on, Traben has walked over and is looking over the spike of skulls.
Yeah.
He's kind of like poking them on. He's looking to see if any of them would be suitable as a holy symbol.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just going to be you're going to need to get the one on the top. Because if you try and like break the skull, like one of these lower skulls, you're going to break the skull. So you need the fullest skull. So they'll notice. Okay. They'll probably, like, if you try and grab it, they might take note depending on how sneaky and how, like, how much forethought you put into trying to grab one.
I also need a holy symbol.
Isn't it you? Aren't you?
I mean, it's I wear a necklace that says Dan on it, and then I
they
carve
do
Dan
have
into my
that, yeah.
shield. Yeah, but I don't have either of those things.
Okay.
So,
are you gonna give yourself a tattoo? Give yourself a stick
I don't know.
and
Yeah,
poke
I might carve my name into my arm. Honestly, yeah.
I should have given you guys a fire. I will give you a fire.
Like a Dan Brand.
And brand.
Brand.
I will help with the prison tattoo. That's the kind of social thing that ties into.
Hell yeah, I trust Ty's
It's like a dead fire
performance
like,
to give me the tattoo. You know, I think it would be a performance role, wouldn't it?
I think it would be.
Okay, so
I cast spells without my book.
Give me a. Can you cast spells without your book? Cantrips, right? Let me go look at wizards.
I don't know raw on that.
Yeah, I don't know raw on that either. Wizards, because it's all about the book. In my little peanut brain, all about the book.
Because you're reading stuff out of the book,
right?
Like, you know.
Rules wizard.
Arl Wizard.
Features, spellcasting, cantrips. No, you have them memorized from your book. The ones you have each day
spells.
Are memorized from your book at the start of the day. You know all of the spells.
You need an arcane focus.
For anything with an M for material, you need an arcane focus. Everything else, you just draw glyphs in the air.
Yep, that's what I thought. I just wanted to clarify that. So if it's got vocal and somatic, right? I just say it and do a gesture.
Correct.
Yep. I just want to make sure I didn't need my book for that. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. You have your spells memorized.
Yep.
To remember other ones in your spell book, you need your book back.
Well, I'm glad I have catapult because that shit is awesome.
So as the morning sort of like moves by a little bit, the big black orc that you fought, Dan, the one, it's like still greenish skin, but much, much darker and wearing like massive metal plate black armor, like slick oil black armor, has a massive great axe slung to his back. Just like classic big jaw tusked orc comes and barks in order in orcish at this orc, which Rumi understands as, "Get me the mon that tried to fight me."
Did Ty do good on the tattoo?
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely skipped the tattoo. So this way, as this is happening, Ty is finishing the prison tattoo. Ty, give me first a sleight of hand check.
First sleight of hand, that's a 19.
A 19. Okay, give me a performance check.
That's a 14.
What did you want, Dan?
The name Dan on my right
Just
wrist.
Dan?
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks good. Bit bloody. A little bit bloody.
Nice.
It'll sting. It's gonna sting for a little while. And keep it dry. So this guy shows up. Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Looking at this pole that the skulls are on.
Yep.
How, like, is it like a flag pole, like telephone pole, or
it is?
I mean, is it just like
it's not this tall.
A spear.
I scaled things down because having things scaled up was weird. It's probably more like this, where like it's probably like 6-7 feet in the air.
So it's more like a spear that's been shoved into the ground and that's like,
yeah.
So I can probably pull it down.
You can. Oh yeah. 100%.
Okay.
You'd probably bend it to get the top one.
Alright.
This orc comes over and slashes your like rope that has you tied, Dan. And like grabs you by the
Nice.
arm.
Where are we going?
He just punches you.
Don't.
Yeah, in the stomach as you talk. Barks in Orcish that Rumi understands as "Shut your trap."
I'll be back, guys.
Ty does a quick performance, a quick do your best, sort of banging on the floor to give bardic inspiration to Dan as he goes.
Hey.
He throws you, and you can make me a dexterity saving throw to see if you keep your feet or not.
Oh, yeah. Let me roll for that.
You know, like it has dragged the prisoner,
15.
just like tosses you. 15, you stumble, but you keep your feet and look up at this orc who like grasps you on the shoulder and with one hand, and like he pulls you around and just like kind of forcefully is bringing you in this direction. Do you resist at all?
No. I say, what's up, man?
So
You speak human?
he's just like grinning down at you, and Rumi can't hear it anymore, but talking to you in Orcish. Just like this big grin on his face. So you just don't understand what he's saying. So do you keep like looking at him, or are you going to take in what you're walking around?
No, I'm kind of focused on him. If he's gonna try to attack me or something, I need to make sure I can.
Okay. Yeah. No,
defend
that's 100%
myself,
why I'm asking. He brings you around till you no longer can see your friends. And then starts to walk up a set of stairs.
You got anybody here that does speak human?
I just like asking around.
Anybody here speak human?
No, none of them respond.
All right, cool. What about Celestial? I speak broken ass Celestial.
He brings you up here, and you watch as like two orcs with like really bad, like chipped. One of them has like a chipped sword, old, like mostly rusted. The other has like an axe, an obsidian axe. So this like stone and wood. And the as you watch, the obsidian axe breaks the rusted sword and just like halfway chops a guy's arm off.
Terrible.
The black orc next to you just like cheers and screams, and then turns to you and smiles and barks something in Orcish.
I scream too. Yeah, hell yeah. It looked like it hurt.
You see this? Give me an insight check. This guy fucking dies.
+2, 6.
A 6?
Yeah. No
You don't
clue.
see it coming. Make me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Not great. Real low. 3. Oh, fuck.
A great bellow of cheers as you look, and this like already like nicked and bruised and like bloodied orc looks at you with like bloodlust in their eyes. You hear this bark from behind you of like it's a go. It's like a kind of like Planet of the Apes style barking from all around. What do you do, Dan?
I run at him and I headbutt him.
Okay, make me an attack.
That is 14.
14 hits. What is your unarmed strike?
My gore attack is 1d4 damage.
Cool, 1d4 plus strength, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna smite.
Cool.
The holy horns.
Right. So it's 3 piercing damage and 11 radiant damage.
So your horns run this guy through. His eyes go wide and like he looks down at you. He had 3 hit points. So you immolate this guy. Like light shoots out of the both eyes and the mouth. You guys all see like a tri-beam of light come from the pit.
I pick up the sword.
All of the orcs sort of like block their eyes as this happens, and then like a blackened husk hits the ground.
Just holding the sword, looking at the guy.
The broken sword or this one?
No, the one he just dropped.
That was a great axe, like obsidian.
Oh, okay, yeah, I picked that up.
Cool. Are you like threatening the goober?
No, I'm just looking at him.
All right, he's super excited. Like once the light fades and he turns back, he lets out this giant like this roar, and jumps down and like pats you on the shoulder, and like shakes you a little bit, and all of the other orcs are cheering.
Yeah, I hold up the axe and go, yeah.
Yeah, he pulls out his axe and also like cheers with you. And then he like barks and then starts walking back up the stairs this way and backing around. Do you follow?
Yeah, if that's what it seemed like he wanted me to do.
I mean, he's just left. He just like cheered and then like said something in Orcish at you and started to walk away. Just like a person who doesn't normally wait for people. You know,
right.
People just fucking follow him.
I'll follow him.
Like this guy, if you couldn't tell, has no like social graces. It's just people do what he says, and that's what he expects to happen. He just starts walking back to the pavilion over here.
I still have the axe?
You do.
Okay.
You guys walk in. He just like continues walking past the 2 guards that you see, that you kind of walk past. Both give you like a look, and then give the leader a look, and then just kind of like, well, he's the boss, and then, fucking go about it.
It is good to be the king.
It is good to be there, especially an orcish war boss. Boys all understand. He comes in and he just starts barking. And Rumi, you hear him say, is there anybody here who speaks my language? One of you gotta.
I speak up to the guard.
It's not the guard. This is like the leader.
Oh, can he hear? Can he see us now?
Yeah, he walked back in with.
He walked in with us. Okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah. I'll speak up and be like, oh, I can understand you. but imagine that.
He walks over and like pets your fur, like the top of your head. What a cute kitty. Yeah. Okay, little kitty who speaks orc. And he takes out his giant battle axe and stands in front of you for a second. And like there's a moment where you all watch and you're like, is this guy just gonna kill Rumi right now? Because like none of you understand what's being said. And then he swings down and cuts off the rope for you.
Nice.
Right. He turns and he walks back.
Ask him his name, Rumi.
Ask him his name.
His name is Gars.
Gars.
Yeah, I'm Gars. I run the Bloody Hands. This one, the one with the horns. Good fighter, good entertainment. Will you ask him if he wants anybody else to come meet my brother and his sage?
I relay all that.
You
back
translate. How many people's allowed?
Do you translate that back, Rumi?
Yeah.
You kind of pause and he goes, well, I can kill 2 of you, and brother could probably kill 2 more. So 2.
Oh, okay, Garf and Uguay.
Yes. What are we doing? Are we just coming? What are you guys doing? Grabbing us?
We're gonna meet his brother.
Ty gives a woo 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 bongos on the floor and
What
gives
happened?
Uguay bardic inspiration.
You didn't get to
Hey,
watch.
I killed an orc and they like me now and I killed him real good.
This is good.
And they like you?
They like me because I kill things good, yeah. So basically everything's coming up Millhouse for me right now. So let's just go with it, you know?
Coming up Millhouse. I like that.
Does that mean they like me too?
No.
He
Why?
walks up to Pafard, who keeps making noises, and Rumi, you hear him go, "Make the middleman silent."
I don't like you as much.
He's dragging his really. This guy has a castle forged great axe. He's not rocking bullshit. He brings his axe down your cheek and kind of scars the metal a little bit. Does a big huff at you, then storms away. You uncuff them. Get their ropes off. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Get poured. I'm gonna fucking kill one of them.
All right, so let's go with him.
Coming.
So yeah, this orc goes around and cuts the rope, keeping you 2. So you 4 head off with this guy. This orc leaves, and in all of that interaction, it seems that there is a little meeting of the guardsmen. So these guys go off this way. Okay.
Turn to them knowing nobody can understand us and say, I would have asked Ty to come, but I feel like they would have tried to use a charm person and it would have went bad. And I don't want it to go bad, you know?
So that leaves you 4 in here. What do you guys want to do while they're gone?
While the guards are all paying attention somewhere else, I'm going to try and grab one of the skulls.
Okay. You easily do that. This is the moment to do it. 100%.
Yep.
So
Okay.
Traven now has a holy relic, a holy focus. Do any of you want to try and get Pafard free? Do you want to try and sort of escape thing?
I want to check to see how secure he actually is chained up.
He's chained to a wooden spear.
So the spear is the weak point in all of this.
I don't think he can stand up.
He can stand up. Yeah.
Just stand up and walk away.
I mean, just his strength would break the wood, would it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to look it over and try to figure out how easy it would be to get him out of that and how fast we can do it real quick.
DC 12 athletics check will break this wood.
I kind of look at it, look at him, and I'm like, whatever you're ready, you can just go ahead and break out.
Oh, okay. I will do that now. And yeah, natural 20, I'll just fucking stand there.
It's just a snap of wood as Pafard steps forward and the clink of chains as they fall to the ground. Pafard steps forward.
Ty could probably
I
charm.
was going to suggest waiting until we hear the signal. Because there's going to be a signal. Okay.
Ty's going to perform. How the charm works is if someone has watched me for a minute, I can charm them, but I don't have to charm them. So I'm just going to be performing, so people will have been observing me for a minute by the time we hear the signal.
Okay. Anything else going on back in the prison camp?
Are we actually? Is it a rope or is it a chain that we are
For
tied up?
you guys, it's a rope with
Okay.
like a manacle tied to it. That's
Okay.
wrapped around your ankle. For Pafard, it was metal chain.
Okay, I'm gonna go walk up to the fire and see if I can, if there's embers in the bottom of it.
There is. That's what's left. It's an ember
Okay.
bonfire.
I'm gonna try and stoke it up a little bit.
Okay, easily enough to do. Just give it some air. There's
Make sure
little
there's a
bit of,
nice
like,
handy stick with that's burning at the end real well, so I can burn through the rope real quick.
yeah, there is some like kindling, some like really shitty firewood, to be honest, but it'll function. And Agnevo, what are you up to?
I'm going to go over and do the same with just, lazily putting my rope in. I won't ruin what target. What is it? Traven. I always forget your name. Yeah. What you're doing. So I'm not going to be like, oh, just blah, blah, blah. I'll kind of wait until you're done and I'll go over and nod and then put my rope in the fire as well.
Cool. So you guys are preparing to make moves, is what's going on down here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys move through a little like ravine with a carved stairwell. As you guys come up, there are orcs just sort of like looking at you, and Graz disappears into the earth.
Now's the time.
Now's the time. He's gone.
Quicksand, go.
Go. Wow, how fortuitous that they built their fort on quicksand.
Fucking
Not surprised, given what they had tried to secure me with.
right. Spear.
They have fires going, but they have purple flame. They're all just sort of like sitting by them. Every time you walk by, like an orc gives you like the stink eye. They're like unhappy to see you walking around. You hit like a better setup area with like a lot of metal, and their huts are like single room huts. There's a whole bunch of them, enough for like the whole 20-ish warband to have a place to sleep. There's a bit of like a fort within the fort over here, probably where Graz and Gars sleep. And you're sort of escorted through more, like a whole bunch more orcs are around you. They're all giving you like this stink eye. A couple of them like spit in your general direction. Until you are brought in front of like the last and largest bonfire, where another. When I say identical, I mean identical, except for the fact that they have like mirroring scars. One has one scar down the right eye, and one has a scar down the left eye. They're wearing the same armor. They have the same great axe. That's Gars, and this is Graz. Two is better than one.
They have a mage.
And sitting next to the fire is a like super skinny for these orcs. Like all these orcs you've seen are like muscle bound hulks. This is a kind of greenish blue toned orc with sunken eyes, sunken cheeks, robes, their own arcane tome bound to their side, a staff leaning against the log that they're sitting on. A definite wizard orc.
You speak human.
Common, yeah.
Tight.
Can I do a arcane check on this guy? Read his power level.
Yeah, go right
ahead. 18 plus Arcana, or Intelligence. Arcana, 18.
The book is this individual has definitely. This individual has definitely finished their schooling. Their book is thick enough. But looking at the robes, the staff is just a plain staff, just an arcane focus, like carved of very specific woods, but not magical in itself. Not much higher than yourself, you'd think.
Sick.
Uh,
I say, what's up? I sit down next to the fire.
Gar's sort of like, this one killed one of the pits. It was good. It was really good. In Orcish, the orc wizard turns and goes, why did you bring so many of them? What if they make a mistake? What if they turn on you, Gars? You are too trusting, my friend.
Yeah. Hello. Well met, friends.
No, only Rumi understood that was an Orcish. But as you come up and say, hail and well met, friends, the wizard turns to you and goes, in like an accented calm, and goes, yes, hello to you too. Why has Garth brought you up here? He seems very happy with something your Satyr friend has done. You are supposed to be laboring in the mines come the fortnight pass. We are waiting to receive word, but
I don't want to be doing that, honestly,
yes,
but we kind of don't have a choice at this point.
he like picks up your like thin, also wizardry arm and goes, yes, I'd imagine you would not fare well.
No, I'm good at writing.
He turns, like raises an eyebrow. Graz over there sort of like pushes the flames, and Gars turns and goes, well, I thought that he's such a powerful warrior. He could help us. We could get more power for ourselves. And the orc wizard sort of chuckles at that. He goes, I don't think you understand, Gars, of the deal that we've made. We mustn't try and usurp the power, or we will suffer the consequences.
Rumi's the only one that knows that he said that.
Correct. This guy turns.
Can we just like lay it out that I'm like whispering everything, like I'm like leaning over and like I think I'm inconspicuous, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm like,
Sure.
yes, he just said, you know, kind of something like that.
Yeah, no problem.
That way it's just understood.
Look, I just wanted to lay this out there, guy. We're not like against y'all or nothing. Whatever y'all want to do with your lives, go ahead and do it. We just don't want to be involved. Like it sucks that we're here, you know?
It just sucks that we're here. It's a bad time, buddy. Like nods. And he's going to move forward and look you up and down, Dan.
Yeah, we're only just trying to figure out how to bring the trade from the red orcs out here, you know.
Oh, our cousins to the north. Well, they are a very industrious people, mercantile at times. They make some of the finest arcane artifacts I've ever seen. I've never been able to afford them, but you know.
Yeah, but what if we're able to build a stable route for y'all to be able to,
Trade.
regularly, trade. Yeah.
He puts his hand on your shoulder, Garth, and he goes, you know, there was once a time when I was at school that I would have maybe befriended a smart, respectable person such as yourself. Since coming back to my tribe, dark dealings have occurred, and I'm sorry to tell you that you must toil within the mines to pay our debt. It's not an easy task. I do not envy you, but it is what is required of us in this time. He sort of like turns and starts to walk away a little bit and starts speaking in Orcish.
Wait.
Yeah.
Break it down for us. What do we got to do?
What do you have to do? Do you mean toiling your lives away?
No. We don't want to toil our lives away. You guys have something you need help with. Otherwise, he wouldn't have brought us here. What do y'all need help with?
Make me a persuasion check, buddy.
I'm good at that. Natural 20.
Nice.
Plus 5. 25.
Okay. He sort of like gives you this very inquisitive look. My name is Noth.
N-O-F?
I don't know how to spell it in your tongue.
Fair.
It's N-O-T-H.
Okay.
Noth.
That was a good job spelling it. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Man, a fucking natural 20.
I mean, it's a 25. It's a skill check, bro. So 25.
Yeah,
Look at it that way.
We want to respect natural 20s. He's very hesitant. And he sort of mutters to himself, looks you up and down, Garth, and goes, "You're the one whose book I've been reading, aren't you?"
Yeah, it's probably mine. It's got like little cat pictures in the bottom.
Yes, fine.
Yeah, that's mine.
You and your turtle friend over there, who's been oddly quiet, and come with me.
All right, sounds good, friend.
Wait, do you go?
I'll go.
I split the party even further.
Double split.
Oh no. Anything could happen to our friends. I'm so worried about them. I'm quivering.
You guys know.
Imagine this is a Halo map, though, right?
Jesus.
You know? And we're like the size of them. Oh, it'd be nice.
That'd be nice to build the maps and tabletops and upload them to Halo, but maybe someday.
Gars walks over, grabs you by the shoulder, pulls you up to the thing, grabs you by the arm, Rumi, and essentially is like talking to Dan and expecting you to just translate for him.
Yeah, and I'll talk right back and expect you to translate back as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like frantically translating now.
He hands you both, and you're gonna have to do it with a mouthful if you eat. Hands you both, like, pulls out of the fire this like charred, blackened meat of some kind.
I'm not gonna deny.
You're pretty hungry. Probably both of you pretty hungry at this point. And he just also eats. He grabs like some mugs and breaks open a keg, and you guys just are like chilling. He's like telling you stories about him killing people.
Uguay doesn't eat meat.
You're not there.
Oh, this isn't me. Sorry, my bad.
This is not you. This was where I'm leaving Rumi and Dan, just sort of like having a good time. Graz, you'll note where Gars is like super kind of like out there. And yeah, he's social. Graz is like pushing logs with his axe, staring daggers at you both.
I would push him like questions about him and stuff. We don't have to RP it, but basically I would try to involve him in the conversation. If Graz or Gars says he does something, I'd be like, "Oh, you ever done something like that to Graz?" You know?
Yeah. He kind of like grunts and gives you like single word answers at best, or just sort of like scoffs. You know, just sort of like grunts and doesn't give a response, or he says like yes or no, or you know how it is.
Yeah.
Noth brings you two into like his area, like a wooden fort area. There seems to be a couple cots for Gars and Grass, and then like a fine metal desk with Garth's book is on there. Nobody else had a book, so it's just Garth's.
Nick, we could see the Discord room.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, perfect.
It's Garth's. What's it called? Spellbook. And then also on the table and like kind of poking out of some drawers are scrolls. He like goes to his table and turns to you and goes, "So, your friend out there seems to believe that you could help us in maybe getting the upper hand in our deals. Do you believe that this is possible?" He's mostly talking to Garth. Oogway, you're there. He thinks you're like muscle because you haven't really talked.
Oh, nice. Can you say the question one more time?
Dan has convinced him that at least Dan thinks you can help in whatever he's calling it their deal. And he's asking if you think that you can help.
Yes. I would love to, friend. That's what we're here to do. We're really good at helping also. It's been my job.
Make a deception or a persuasion check, your choice.
I feel like that was honest because my job has been to help this guy out. Sir can't
Sir
spell.
Mosley. Yeah.
Sir can't spell.
Sir not appearing in this film.
Not appearing in this film. Sir Mosley. Busy with cash.
+1. So I got a 19.
Cool. 19, he sort of nods to himself and goes, "Okay. So a few months back, maybe half a year, half a cycle, we lost a major battle. I don't know if you've noticed, but the size of our war band is not the largest. We lost a battle against the Bloody Skulls. They had made some deal with a planar entity. It rampaged and massacred our people. When we returned, he like pulls on his little beard. He's got a little orcish beard. I summoned a demon from the abyss and had him grant us the manpower to get revenge. After that battle where we had sundered their forces, a battle in which they didn't seem to have the terrifying tornado that killed my people in the original battle. Our extra forces melted into the sands and the mountains as if they had never been. And every month we have to place a tithe in a cave to the north. And if we don't, it says those same people, those same soldiers that helped us, would slaughter us themselves. How can you fight what we cannot?
Who are the orcs' names that y'all
They were the
had
bloody
that battle with?
they were the Bloody Skulls.
Bloody Skulls.
Oogway asks where the demon is now.
Probably in his plane. He was fairly powerful. I'd read about him at school. a demon prince of the abyss.
Planar entity returned to its.
Says what?
Has the planar entity returned to its original domain?
It can come and go as it pleases. I don't know where it is right now.
What was the name of this thing that you summoned?
Rats.
Grats.
Make me a history check.
How do you spell that? Well, yeah.
GRAZZT.
Freaking 17 plus 6. 23. GRATZ.
GRATTZT. I believe. No, it's GRAZ apostrophe ZZT.
One more time.
GRA
Uh-huh.
Z.
Yep.
Is that an apostrophe? ZT.
Okay. Yeah, that looks nice.
Rats.
Yes, it's
18, and it turned into a 21.
What did so 21, and what did you get, Garf?
17 plus 6.
21.
23.
You both know this. Nobody doesn't know something like that. Gratz is known as the demon prince of pleasure, decadence, and unlimited self-indulgence. A warrior type. They're known to have grayish black skin, have a really long Zweihander sword, one of the
Oh yeah, my favorites.
swirly, the wavy blades. Yeah. And upon further inspection with Noth, the creatures that helped them in the battle were almost scantily clad succubi types with claw hands, kind of crab claw hands. They didn't fight with weapons; they fought with crab claw hands.
That's creepy. Yeah, that sounds like a big oopsie on your part. But
Big old oopsie.
yeah, these there's always a price to pay. Whether it be science, magics, or dark magics. Even cooking. Everything we have to sacrifice in order to create something. And yeah, you've made decisions in order to protect your people, so do not hold a heavy weight on your heart. For there is help in this world that can help you, and you don't have to capture people and make them do all this labor, which is hard for the arms and the elbows, I got tough wrists. I'm writing all the time.
I've read your book. It seems pretty good. I'm jotting down scrolls to learn them myself later on.
Absolutely. And if you need any help, like I'm saying, I've said help a lot. And that's what we're here to do. Yeah, so I heard of this person. I have a good idea of, what their whole deal is. We could possibly play this in our advantage in some way, but it will take some time to think, and I will need my resources in order to greatly help with this great quest I'm seeing it as, which I shall see in such respect and make sure that we are able to endure the challenge that awaits us. So thank you for being so open with us. We greatly appreciate you. And Garf bows.
As Garf is bowing,
Okay.
Oogway steps forward and looks
Yeah.
at this wizard guy. Says, "Your foolishness knows no bounds. Your decision to summon a demon from the abyss was worse than any option you could have possibly taken. You may see the destruction of not only your own people, but peoples all over this realm. Are you still capable of summoning this demon? Or is that a path you will no longer choose?"
Oh, make an intimidation check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your foolishness knows no bounds.
This foolish gets up, has breakfast, watches a couple fights. It's a good day. Suddenly, a turtle comes into his room, very angry, very upset, getting chewed out by a turtle for some reason.
So, Sean,
I got a 17.
while all of this is going on,
Yep.
Traben's going to go around and try to check out the other guys in the tent and check to find out, are they actually men from the keep?
Mm-hmm.
And let them know that if they want a chance at surviving, at living, that when the signal happens, it's time to fight.
They are, in fact, men from the keep. They're 4 guardsmen that left with the Castellan, is what they tell you. The Castellan died on day 3 in the fight pit. Trying to fight for his freedom. Traben's learning it from the men. They are the ones who have just like kept their head down and worked. They've not been here long enough. They've only been here for about like 6-ish days, 6-7 days. That'd be like the times.
Ty catches up with all of them because Ty would have been friends with them. So.
Yeah, but they're still like, they're in survival mode. They're like their heads down, not talking, not.
Gotcha. That music.
So anyway, Sean, after I yell at that guy, roll a 17 intimidation check.
He sort of like looks at you like he's very stunned from what you said. So like takes a step back and like puts both hands palm down on the table, sort of just like thinks to himself for a moment, and he goes, "I should have you flayed and made into soup for speaking to me like this. But you might not be wrong. I have the power to summon the in-between that I worked with. But the one who holds the contract with me, Rat. I don't know the name of the lesser demon I made the deal with originally that works for.
Work to remove you from this contract, to release you from this contract. If you swear to never interact with the plane other than your own ever again."
I must agree with Oogway.
If you manage to release my tribe and myself from this damnable contract, I will never interact with a outer plane again.
Do release you, and you do go back on your word, I will not only release you from your next contract, but I will release you from your life. And that's that. Oogway's done now.
Do you walk out? Oogway? Or
He walks out. He walks out.
Oogway
Turns around.
walks out.
Slowly walks out because he's a fucking turtle, but like.
Walks out to the fire. Dan and Rumi, you see Oogway just like walk out calmly. Noth kind of like turns to you, Garf, eyebrows up, and it's just like crazy.
I'm trying to play it really cool after that exit to kind of just hold the presence of that statement.
Yeah, he kind of like looks at you, and when you don't like engage with him, like in a way that's like, man, that guy, am I right? He goes, well, here's your book. Might need it. I've got scrolls written down of every wizard that we've captured. Well, let's go. Let's go see what Gauze and Grass think about this. I guess.
Yes.
And he like sort of walks past you.
We come out. I'm having a great time. We're chatting it up. We're hamming it up, right? I turn to this Noth guy as he walks down. I go, I got it. All right, we're gonna be allies. You just gotta let us get back to the keep, and we're gonna help you with whatever's going on. I'm sure you guys just discussed it. You're smarter men than me, but we'll keep you as allies. We will help. The keep is on the side of the orcs in the mountains, right? We're best friends. I high five Graz.
This is Guards gives you the high five. Garf, you're aware that this is one of maybe like a half dozen tribes in the mountains.
Half a dozen?
Yeah. There is constant tribal warfare going on up here.
That is unfortunate.
We've sided with this tribe.
They are closest to the keep, so it would make sense. I don't say that in character, but
yeah, they are.
like
these ones are, from what you can tell, like looking up at the sky and where you are in the mountains, you're like, yeah, these guys are like geologically the closest.
I imagine Gretz. Is that his name? I keep fucking it up. Gars.
And Gars.
I imagine Gars has slipped up about the demon deal while we've been talking.
He doesn't fully understand. He just talks about the deal that Noth made and the weird booby monsters that kill things with them.
I've been telling him this whole time, like, oh, we're gonna have to get more powerful to deal with that. Like, oh, we're gonna have to do a lot of buff working out, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot of time.
It will take a lot of time. Dan, you are right. But also, we need to join alliances, and I'm using hand gestures to grab the group's attention because I'm assuming these big guys kind of need visual.
What if Noth comes with us and meets old what's his dick?
Sir Mosley.
Yeah, Sir Mosley. What if Noth comes back to the keep? We make this official. You know?
It is only fair.
He could bring orcs with him as backup, you know, not by himself, of course, but we would love to take the men with us that are here too.
My fear lies within their contract that is made with the demon, allowing that contracted presence to enter the keep. I do not know at which they can monitor. It's very unknown magic to me, and I'm
I was gonna say, do you want to make a history check on what you understand about deals and contracts with beings?
Yeah.
I think allowing him to come in the keep, knowing all of this, is a sign of good faith.
I absolutely agree.
He has a response to this conversation, but I want the history check from Gar first.
1 second. Yeah, I rolled an 11. Sorry, my niece came in, brought me a piece of candy. Was it history or arcana?
History.
Okay. What did I say? 11 plus 6, 17.
Historically, contracts are made with an individual not entire entities. You've never heard of a contract made with entire bodies like nations or tribes. An individual might make a contract on behalf, but that contract is with the individual. Just how contracts with planar entities.
But would there be any way for him to be like a watched vessel?
There's always a chance a demon's watching you.
There is already always a chance Steven's watching him. This guy probably a bit more than that, but like, yeah, he could be watched, but
How many
could
times you
Dan
guys say that
as
demon's
far as-
name out loud while you were in that room? Don't lie.
Once?
That's
Well,
one
yeah,
too
once or
many.
twice.
Bro's probably watching you right now. I'm gonna do
Okay.
divine sense.
Okay. Divine, what is? Tell me the things that divine sense sees.
Within 60 feet of me, it sees demons, fiends. Let me look up the exact one. It is Fae, undead. Fiends, undead, celestial, consecrated or desecrated place or object within 60 feet.
Nope. Nothing, homie. Except for yourself? Question mark. And Garth? Question mark. Or
Yeah, I'm
Garth?
from the Fae.
No, Fae wasn't included, actually.
Oh, Faye wasn't included. All right, then yeah, nothing.
The Rangers get the Fae.
His response to you guys being like, I will go with you to your keep. Yes. I won't. I'm already hesitant to, leave my family, my kin here. So I won't bring Gars or Graz, but I can handle myself. I can He's like moves his hand in the air and mutters something and
Whoa.
casts fly on
Kind of
himself.
hide. And I like cower as he goes to cast a spell. Like I'm
Yep.
scared.
He just casts fly on himself and starts hovering and
Oh,
like,
nice, cool.
Hey, can I copy that down, please?
oh, of course, my friend. Anything for you, my friend.
Yeah, you're
But,
good.
real
You can go to the keep.
Real
You're
quick,
good.
Noth, the other men that are here, they can come with us because they are from the keep, and the people really.
Oh no, they must work in the mines.
Come on, just like, how many is there? There's 4, like 2 of them.
Oh, there's 4 of them. Yeah, there's 4 of them left.
All right, fine. As long as all of our friends can come that you captured.
Perfect. At least we are in agreement now.
Could we please feed them?
Yeah, can you feed them more?
Bring some sticks with you, my friend. We head down there now.
Can I keep this axe?
Do you, Rumi? You tell that to Gars. Can you keep that axe?
Yeah.
Gars looks at you and claps you on the shoulder, and nods.
Thanks.
Just like gross orc breath in your face, and Rumi turns to you. He's like, says he likes you, man.
Yeah. I like him too, man. Well, we'll be back. We're gonna make this deal with Noth, and we'll be back eventually. We're gonna help you.
Right. Everybody goes back. Garf, you have your book.
I'm pretty happy about that one.
In Orcish, Noth tells the 3 guardsmen who were like standing there whispering to one another when Noth approached, tells the 3 guardsmen to release the newest prisoners and to find their gear and bring it back. When one of them pulls out like Uguay's dragon staff and is like, but this is my loot. Noth is like, you're gonna fucking give that back to them, and you're gonna go around and on my orders find every piece of their stuff and give it back to them. Yes, boss. And then they go off to find all your shit.
I like to think that all of them are out of their chains trying to run out of the thing right now as we're turning this corner. You know?
I wanted to say, I wanted to shoot a cantrip message.
We're like actively getting ready to fight.
To Draven. I was gonna be like, if you please don't try to attack us. Lock it up. We're good.
Okay,
We're
so
cool.
all of you have held actions, right? For when they turn the corner. Triggered reactions for the first orc that comes near you. Right. Oh, geez.
Why did you do that?
Oh, they just.
Why is your pickup so high?
You have them all highlighted.
No, there's just something there that's making them go up high.
Your pickup's high, isn't it?
Weird. Hold on. Noth turns to you all and like sees that you're already freed. Hold on.
We'll get a drink real quick.
Okay, sorry about that. Noth shows up and sees you're already freed and sort of like puts his hands up in the air a little bit. He's still flying. He still has the fly spell cast on him. So, my friends, are you going to hurt me or are you going to listen to your smart friend over here?
Draven just kind of like looks at him, looks back and forth a few times.
We're good. I give him like a thumbs up.
All right.
David.
So conversation seemed to have gone well.
Yeah, y'all missed out on a lot. Could we fill them in real quick? Y'all mind a quick powwow?
Yes, I will go let the guards at the front gate know that we will be making our departure soon.
These guys are actually really cool, y'all. They just made a bad deal.
Like a stupid bad deal. So here's how it goes. They hate the bloody skulls. They summon a planar being and fucking like kills half of their people, right? So they're low on orcs right now, which is, you know, but to get back at them, they summon a demon of the abyss. Yeah, to get revenge. Crazy, right? Crazy, right? And then after the battle where they got payback, all the help that they got just fucking melted in some sand, and they gotta pay a price. So that's why they kind of captured us.
And they were going to force us to mine for the rest of our lives. But
I don't have the fucking arms to do that.
I convinced them with my amazing skills and muscles that we could instead team up with them and make them
Dan's
allies.
lying. Dan's lying a little bit.
Not really.
I said a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy's going to come with us to the castle. Just him by himself. He speaks human.
He's not too bad. He just
made a bad choice. And the other two are pretty fun. The one's got like edgy younger brother energy, but whatever.
All right, if you say so, Dan.
Were you guys gonna escape?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever plan you had, can you like whisper it to these guys? Because they're not allowed to come with us. So maybe they can escape once we leave.
And you can't say that.
We've already talked with them.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Not-
we're good to go home now.
Yeah, the 3 guards appear with like their arms filled with all your shit, and they just like drop it at the front of the prison area, and like give you all dirty looks and walk away. As Noth walks up and is like, "All right, my friends, are we ready to go?"
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You all grab your stuff and head on out. A bunch of orcs are like super confused about what's going on, but they do what the boss man says. And so they let you guys just like leave through the front of the mountain pass down into a valley. Garf, you know, and Agnevo as well, probably can tell like you're probably like a 3-day journey, half a day out, about another more like a day and a half's journey. Back to the crossroads and the keep. Call it 2 days. And so you guys start heading off in that direction. Kind of the area you're going to be for a little while is like non-road, just forest and mountains and foothills. Forested mountains, forested foothills before you reach the road that will bring you to the crossroads and back to the keep. Several hours go by. Noth is just sort of like leading the way. His fly spell ended after a while. And it's just sort of like leading the way through the mountains. You all are sort of like trailing a little bit behind, unless like maybe Garth wants to go up and talk to him. But what are you guys talking about? Maybe whispering about? Is there any plans? Is there what do you want to do, or are you just heading back to the keep?
I'm thinking about this, IRL. I mean, so we'd have time in between, like rest, basically, to probably get some like in private conversations. And
Correct. There can be some scheming and colluding happening, no doubt.
I think we should. Oh, I'm sorry, Carl. What's up?
Draven's kind of a little standoffish, but once he starts talking with the ones who went there and figures out Uguay and Garf are the ones who talk with him, he'll try and get Uguay like at the back of the group or at the far end away from where Noth is.
Yep.
Quietly have a little conversation, find out like what he told them, and get the rundown on the situation.
Yeah. Basically, what happened was there was obviously the conflict between the orcs and the skull people. And the wizard that we met signed a contract with a demon from the abyssal plane. And basically the demon didn't really help as much. And demons have their own motives. They're never really there to help anyone. They just want their way out of their plane so they can wreak havoc. And we made him promise that he would never take that path again if we were able to release him from his contract with the demon. So now we're gonna be figuring out a plan on how to do that.
Yep.
All right.
I'll ask Garf and Sardin. Well, I'll let you guys finish if you had other things.
I think Garf was separate from them at the moment.
Yeah, I think Garf was up at the front.
Yeah, I don't think
Kinda
that
sounded
Draven
like
pulled me aside either. So
Yeah, I mean, he's not trying to hide it from people. He's just kind of like want to chat with Uguay to find out what they actually told women without like being like they did what in front of the guard the
yeah, and also not make it obvious to the orc, I assume.
yeah, and not making it blatantly obvious. He's kind of not really putting a whole lot of effort into disguising the fact that he's just chatting away with Uguay. He's just kind of doing quietly to be polite, kind of thing.
Basically, I think our goal here now is whether we help the orcs or not, we need to make sure that the demon is locked back away and that there will be no further contracts bringing him back to our realm.
Well, I'll ask Garf. So, do we have any plan, or are we just leaving those men behind?
Our whole intention is to get them back, and make sure that they don't have to be sacrificed for some trivial score that needs to be settled. Somebody else's game. I really don't like the idea of teaming with this person after what they've done, but I feel like in order for us to safeguard not only our keep but the men that are trapped there, I feel like we need to figure out a way to find a cooperation method to allow us to make sure that they don't try to use any people like that anymore. Guarantee that we can just move forward with settling this demon problem.
On the other hand, they are traitors who are going to see the orcs kill us all with the Castellan. So, you know.
But they weren't given a choice.
They had a choice. They could have stayed with the other half of the guards that stayed.
Yeah, I agree.
So
They
punishment is
abandoned
death?
with the castle man, and then he got away scot-free, and he's in his secret lair hiding, plotting against us.
No. Dude's dead. He tried to do what you did, and he got splatted.
The castle man can't die. He has many forms. Yeah, if there's just an atom of the castle man left, he's gonna regenerate. Everybody knows this.
Ty knows that the Castellan is dead, but will nod along with everything that Dan is saying.
Cool.
Look, here's what we do. We go talk to a homeboy, and we tell him this plan. We're gonna team up with the orcs. We take them on a raiding party to go take down another tribe of orcs, right? We take down another tribe of orcs and make them join up with us and join forces with us. We slowly do this until all of the orcs in the mountains are one conjoined orc under our control, and then we have enough power to fight the demons.
Dan, are you in my head, or are you just trying to finish my plan for me, Dan? God.
It's all right there, guys.
Dan, you're
Ty's
fine.
mouth is
I hate you.
water in conversation.
So you want to make one super orc?
I like where your head's at, Ford.
That is what
Will
you
you
said.
tell me
That is
the
what you
plan
meant by
again?
conjoined orc, did you not?
Will you run the plan back again?
We, as our party, assist an orc raiding party on raiding another orc tribe. We beat them into submission and make them join our cause. And then we do that to another tribe and another tribe until all of the orcs are under our control, essentially.
Yeah,
Nick, did you start thinking about that around the fire pit?
Yeah.
I did too. Holy shit. That's yeah.
that is like the goal of every tribal leader in the mountain, is to create one massive wall.
Right, and
That
we have
was
the two
bad,
perfect dinguses to listen to what we say.
That's so true.
And they love Dan.
Okay.
And they're terrified of me, so I'm a good threat to use on them.
Right.
Let's just make scarecrows of you. and we'll just put them up at random places.
I just become a
Scare card.
god.
Scare
I just become a god on accident.
Oh, that could actually happen.
I'm a barbarian. It works.
They wear plungers on their feet.
Like bulb crotches, you know.
Yeah, I want to do the whole Oblivion Lost content
Does
or
anybody-
the Goblin Wars.
Does anybody hate this plan?
No, I love it. It was literally what I wanted to get into also.
I just have one question.
Yeah.
Who are we going to use, or are they going to be using as their tribute? Like, that's ongoing, right?
Yeah, every month they have to tithe.
What happens when they don't tithe?
They get wiped out.
Yeah, the threat is that those same succubi will reappear to
Tithe.
slaughter them.
How much is the tithe?
The tithe is the tithe is they have to have dug down another foot every month.
What? I mean, they're not all gonna go in a raiding party, right? And we do have those 4 guys there helping them.
Can I do a history check of anything that I know that loves to dig?
Smart.
Like, I want to go to a library and literally research this.
Oh,
Okay.
Ty offers up Ty's knowledge on this subject.
Go
Moles.
catch a Zorn.
Moles like to dig.
Zorn, dwarves, rockworms.
I really want to get a Zorn. I want to meet a Zorn so bad.
I'd be down for the mini arc of gotta catch a Zorn.
Trying to get a Zorn to help them so they can put all efforts towards invading.
Right, you guys.
I'll bring in peace. I did roll a 9/11, so.
We will come to the night of the first day. You will make it to the keep sometime mid afternoon the next day, and we'll take a break. We'll take a break on the night time.
Is there a lake here?
Is there a what?
Is there a lake in this mountains range?
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
100%.
Love this lake.
Are we back at the castle?
Oh, we're on break.
Oh, not yet.
Could I be fishing during this break?
Oh, nice.
A cool little fun fact. I could be proficient in 2 tools any day. Any kind of tool.
Nice. Fishing tool. We back.
The one I didn't hear was David, but that's fine.
David's the one that said, "Is everybody here?"
I
Right?
don't know. That was Trevor, I think.
However, I have been here this whole time. So, you
He
know,
has been here this whole time.
Trevor, that was a hell of a David impression.
Right. So it's now nighttime. You guys have like a little fire on the lakeside. It's like there's like a cliff on one side, a cave system. The like moon is reflected off the like still lake water. There's forest further off to the left. A little like sand beach that follows the forest along the cliff wall. There was conversations that wanted to be had. What were they?
We're all, watching the fire.
Oogway, what's your opinion? What do you think about all this?
What does everyone think about? Do we think that the digging of the hole is just simply a punishment? I have not known demons to be so without purpose.
You've known demons?
I'm glad you brought that up because I've been thinking about that also. They could be possibly. Were they told to dig in a certain spot? Like they had to dig?
Nods and goes, yes, we were told to specifically dig out this specific valley.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
I assume that it's for a summoning or releasing of some sort of being. It might be a way for them to gain secure entry into this plane without unnecessary offers and consuming of people's souls and making them dig such things to it's just it's got to have some sort of end goal, like Uguay was saying.
If the demon were to be building an entryway into our plane that skips the use of contract,
yes.
Can I roll history to see if that's possible, Sean? Is that
yes, but what was the question again?
Can demons enter this our plane without a contract if they build something? Okay. Well, then Uguay says that he has, during his preparation at the monastery, he had heard of demons coming to the plane without the use of contract, and it's always been a pretty once in a few century type issue.
Yeah,
that's bad news bears. Uguay didn't say bad news bears.
No, Uguay, it is bad news bears. You're right. You did say that.
That's pretty bad news bears, Uguay. I would agree with you there.
Noth, did they tell you why they wanted you to dig in this hole?
I'm sorry, they didn't. You have all the information I have.
What if they're just trying to unearth something, like an ancient relic or altar? I don't know. Maybe we do dig. Maybe we find the thing, destroy it.
I don't think we're strong enough for that. Our thing is we're pretty small pebbles in a big ocean of power.
Right.
All right. So, like, without saying the name, who did you actually make this agreement with?
I'll write it down.
I wouldn't even do that.
Do sign language.
That's magic's with
do you have a title for this one, or
he's
anything else?
Lusty lusty Argonian.
Honestly, yeah, he
Man.
sounds. If I describe him, he'll sound pretty cool. He's like the fun one. He
The
likes, decadence
Prince of
and
pleasure.
You
Prince of
are
Pleasure.
telling me
Prince
that
of Pleasure.
you made a deal with the Shadow King.
Himself, a mediary, a benefactor, a lesser demon.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, this goober did not have the power to summon Gratz himself, the mortal plane. He's working with a
Middleman.
lesser, a middleman. But like
Yeah.
this
Crossroads
middleman's
demon.
out.
This middleman works
Abyss-
for somebody who works for somebody who works for somebody.
Yeah, both the Abyss and
Eventually,
the
it all comes up to they work for Gratz.
yeah, are pyramid schemes.
Yep.
So like lesser demons keep like 10% of the power they like sort of like get in the world, and then they send the rest up the chain.
Yep. Okay.
So we don't get something to help them dig, but we still go forth with the assisting them in raiding other orcs.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I wouldn't want to speed up their digging process. If we need to have less forces from orc tribe to orc tribe,
What do you
that's
think?
better than risking
They need to
accelerating.
make the tithes.
That's the issue. You're absolutely right. They do need to make the tithe. Makes this decision very difficult.
Can they still make the tithe without us?
It's a
bringing
foot
in
and a month. They should be able to do that.
It's not unheard of. It's just they want slave labor to do it, so that they
That is the issue.
Well, no, it's the same thing that like Dan was saying, which is they need they're still fighting.
Yeah, they're still in fighting.
Still fighting other clans.
They're still fighting other tribes. Yeah, they were out not looking really for like you. They were out there like patrolling their lands, and they were like, well, look at that, there's some a group of who knows walking along the road, let's go get them.
They could have got their shit absolutely wrecked in if it was the wrong group of who knows,
Yeah, they got really lucky on their.
It very
Science.
rarely is. This road in particular is not traveled very much.
Right.
The other side, this is out to no man's land. Further east are like the plains where Agnevo came from. It's a lot of like old battlefields and not really lived on land, and a lot of nomadic tribes, barbarian types.
With the 4 guys from the keep and a few of your orcs enough to spare, do you guys think you can dig the foot if we assist you in your next raid?
Ultimately, we need to find a way to. Actually, I've got a question.
Yep.
It took a minute to percolate through. Do you still have a copy of that contract, the agreement that you made?
Oh yes, I do. He pulls it out, and it is written in Abyssal.
Okay.
I know that. I might know that.
He says he can read it.
Uguay can read it.
Uguay can read it.
I can.
Traven can read it.
Unless this gentleman has comprehend languages in his spell book that I can copy down.
He does have comprehend language, but wizards don't share spell books, so he's not handing you a spell book. It's like the only reason he has a bit of arrogance to him. He thinks with his spell book, he doesn't need guards to travel with you guys.
You saw mine. I get to see yours now.
No.
Question: if you charm a wizard, will they share their spell book?
doubtful. Even friends don't share their spell books. It is a very personal item. Wizards are very secretive about their spell books.
You found my fucking cat doodles.
I know they can't read each other's spell books, right?
This is a cultural thing on how I believe wizards function.
Okay. So even if he was a close friend,
He would not share his spell book with you.
would they share it if they were being tortured into sharing it?
Not likely. Like you, I mean, if you're torturing them, you could probably just take their spell book at that point.
Oh, we can just take this, but okay, got it.
He's just not going to give it to you of his own free will.
Gotcha.
Like I said, it is a cultural thing.
Jabin is interested in reading the contract. He isn't necessarily looking at taking it from Noth. He's perfectly willing to if Noth is willing to let him read it, to have Noth can hold it, and he'll just look over his shoulder and whatever.
Oh yeah, all of you with Abyssal can read it. It reads that Noth, son of Grasgar's, signs his soul and agrees to the sort of like digging in this coordinate of the mountains and like this a specific valley in the mountains, a foot a month until the what'd you call him, the Shadow King, until the Shadow King returns to this world. And the payment on their end is, we'll help you defeat the Bloody Skulls. We'll help you decimate the Bloody Skulls. Good.
Okay. They just have to dig a foot a month.
If they don't dig a foot a month, then they just don't get help with the
Well, yeah. What is the consequence of failing to uphold their side?
Oh,
is it just not gets dragged to hell?
It's that the bloody hands, is that what I called them?
Bloody Skulls.
Yeah, they're the Bloody Skulls.
These are the bloody hands.
These are the bloody hands. We're orcs. We're orcs, you guys. The bloody hands will be annihilated, and North will be the last to die with his eyelids peeled open to watch as all of those he care about dies before him.
Okay, that says a lot of scary things. It doesn't really say much of substance. Oogway would like to approach. Is it Wrath? Wrath?
What?
What's the wizard's name?
Garth.
Garth?
Or the
Do you mean
wizard?
the orc one or the one in your
orc
property?
Wizard.
His name is Noth.
Noth. Oogway approaches Noth, contract in hand, and points out with a lot of confidence, says Noth, I am a Tortle monk from the monastery of the Ancient Sound. It is my sole purpose on this earth to deal with beings from other planes, whether they be demons from the abyss or spirits from the astral planes. I am fully trained at managing these two and making sure that they keep their affairs separate from our own. Demon are manipulative and vicious beings. And as you can see in this contract, where the demon that you made a deal with, what was his name again, Sean?
Its name was Gratz. Are you just going to say it? There seems to be a stigma against just saying the name.
Oh, I guess I won't say it.
But you could go full Hermione and be like, there's You only give power to a name if you're scared of it or whatever the fuck she says.
If you do say the name, does the demon actually come and hurt you?
You don't. There's no proof of that. It's just like a superstition.
Can I roll a history check to see if
Yeah, buddy.
if that's true? If I know whether or not that's true. Got a 16.
Like I said, it's a superstition. It's one of those where, like, if you believe it, you're kind of like, you really don't ever say it because you're like, why would I ever tempt fate like that? But the people who don't believe it are like, what the fuck's wrong with you? It's just a word.
So I say to Noth, this demon Grat, he's bullshitting you in this contract. He's saying that these horrible things will happen to you if you do not abide by his will. But in reality, he only can have power on this world through manipulating people like you. Through his contract, he has a presence on this world. After you finish that hole, he'll have a presence in this world. But he can't do anything to you besides not help you. What you're facing here is he will not help you defeat your enemies, but he will not be able to inflict additional harm to you. My say is that you should just ignore his contract.
How could I put the ones I care about in such risk, though?
But it
You
says
already
if he
did when he
doesn't,
signed the contract.
it says if he doesn't do it, they'll attack him. It says in the contract.
But it's not going to be him directly. It'll be probably Tucky-Bai.
Uguay's argument is that unless somebody summons these goobers back, they have no way back.
And Garf's whole deal is if we align all the orcs to help fight against whatever forces that get sent, then like they have more power and then structure, for the future and a possibility to be an alliance to the keep,
Right.
And their force are mostly.
Uguay suggests to Noth that he take a second to think about this and that he needs to go talk to his party about the rest of the journey, but that Noth should think about what it means to ignore the demon and how that might be worth it. And then Uguay walks away, hoping, and kind of slightly gestures to the rest of the group to come speak with him for a second.
Yeah, I'll go up and meet with Uguay.
Yeah, Traben's kind of off to the side and just like, I could care less. I mean, if you guys want to like come over and huddle up where I'm sitting, that's fine. But I'm just gonna like sit by the campfire and like relax and wonder who's supposed to be on watch tonight.
So once Uguay is away with everyone, I don't actually know whether or not the demon will be able to come and mess up this guy's tribe after he doesn't hold up his end of the bargain, but I don't think it really matters to us. And I wonder if we're willing to betray him to serve our goals. What does everyone think about that?
I
That's
just feel
freaking
like
hardcore Uguay.
I feel like we should align with them. I don't know if you guys are interested, then we can go this way. But I've already stated what I think. You guys.
I see a future where we can all get along. I do not honestly wish to seek any more battle. You want my personal opinion? In any way we can build relationships towards a better way of living for all of us. Even though we've had bad past, that is what I would like.
While this conversation is happening, who is... I know Traben's still by the fire. Is can I get a head count on is everybody else over with?
No, Rumi is with Traven by the fire.
Okay.
I is also at the fire, playing the bongos, just having a good old time with the drums and the gongs.
If you count having a shield, 15. Otherwise, it's 13.
No, yeah, no shields, no shields.
No shields.
Fucking 10.
Because we wouldn't be about
17.
16.
16.
So far, you're over with Dan, I assume.
Yep, the usual.
I've got a 15 without a shield.
Two, three, four, five, six. I want Raven, Ty, and Rumi to make me perception checks.
Natural 20. With a total being 22.
I got a 12.
I got 23.
Okay. So Rumi and I, as you're sitting by the fire, Traven's back is to the lake. The lake largely has been like this mirror. And as you're just like watching the lights in your eyes, like the fires between you and it, but you swear for several seconds, you watch as there are ripples in the water. And then right as maybe Ty or Rumi stands up to like more actively be like, no, I swear I saw something. 6 tentacles fly out of the lake.
Hmm.
And first one on Noth hits. Second one on Dan is a +6, a 20. Yeah, non-natural 20. On Uguay is a 24. On Garf is a 14. On Agnevo is a 13. And on Piffard is a natural 20.
Owie.
You are anybody who was hit. Was anybody not hit?
I was not.
Yeah, the people who I didn't hit. Yep. But
Wait.
I think Agnevo might have not been hit.
No, that was my AC without
That
a
was
shield.
your AC? Rough. You are all grappled as like the tentacles wrap around your legs and pull. You're all being dragged. Let me roll damage real quick.
Yeah. Helpful.
Okay, so for Piffard, 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Hmm.
10 points to Noth. 8 points to Dan. 5 points to Garth. Also 5 points to Uguay. Did I miss anybody who was pulled?
Agnevo.
Agnevo takes 8 points of bludgeoning and there are tentacles wrapped around your legs, and you're being dragged like on your stomachs or on your backs towards the water. And that's where we will end today's game, with you guys being
Damn.
dragged into the water. So it's Traben, Rumi, and Ty, who are freed. Very much like the thing from Fellowship is the vibe.
The Watcher in the
Bad bullshit.
water.
It's the Watcher in the water.
All right, bye.